Thank you for joining us today on Black Investments Matter. I'm Antoine Anderson, and today's topic is the wage gap within the African American community. What information can we derive from these numbers? Stay tuned and find out. In this current climate, really sparked by the ongoing battle of the sexes when it comes to dating in the African American community and what men and women should be bringing to the table before you get involved with a woman or a man, we want to step away from that argument for a second and give you some facts, the actuals and the factuals when it comes to what we are earning in this country compared to other ethnicities. And I think you'll find this information very informative. First and foremost, it has always been said that African American women have made great strides when it comes to education, and it may have paid off. And we're going to direct your attention to some of these numbers. Just go ahead and we're going to give you the webpage that we're pulling this information from. This is the Department of Labor.gov's webpage. And as you can see, they segment the median annual earnings by race and sex. Now, these numbers are the latest numbers that they have, really focusing in on the pandemic years. I'm just going to go right into it. Black women, black men, it's a graph. It shows what the earnings were back in 2021. For black men, it was $52,000, $52,854. It took a drop in that pandemic year. That's that 2020 to 2021 year. But look what happened with African American women. They didn't suffer the drop in pay from 2020 to 21. Now, the gap here is only about $3,644. This is the smallest gap amongst all racial ethnicities between men and female. White men and white women, the pay gap is $10,289. Hispanic males versus Hispanic females. Hispanic males earn $6,311 more dollars than their female counterparts, and the wealthiest wage earners in this country, the Asian American women. There is a $17,000 pay gap between men and women. It is only the African American women who did not suffer a drop during those pandemic years. And that is something that we can focus on and try to draw some conclusions from. What were the industries that they were working on is the first question that will come to mind. What made African American women pandemic resistant as it relates to wages during a pandemic year? Why is the pay gap so much narrower within the African American community than any other community in this country? These are questions you should be asking, because that gap is the key to, well, a lot of what's going on out there in these talking head channels. We often talk about how a high value man is supposed to stack up financially in a relationship. Well, when the pay gap on average is only $3,000 between men and women, those lines are getting blurred more so than any other community in this country. These are numbers to take a look at. You can draw whatever conclusions you want from them. We're not doing that here. All we're doing is providing the numbers, and we're going to provide you also with the web address that we use to get this. This comes from the Department of Labor, Bureau of Statistics, particularly the Women's Bureau, to show the gains that were being made by women in this country, by and large, and what it actually means going forward. Very interesting stuff. Leave your comments, your questions in the bottom. Now, I'm going to forewarn you, we're not one of those sites where we're going to allow that energy to come in. This is just information. Do with it what you will, but this information is factual. versus somebody just throwing out, well, oh, 90% of men do this or 80% of women do that. Nah, this is not that. We give you the actual numbers from actual government agencies that provided this information to us via our census. Keep your comments clean, and go ahead and feel free to drop us a line. We would love to start this conversation. Thank you for joining us.